We'll see exactly what they want to go for here. Most likely for Keria. Again, it could still be the Pantheon as the support. I don't think it will be. No, it'll be Keria's Rakan as the final pick of the draft here for T1.
Yeah, pretty good matchup into the Braum. All the extra movement that Rakan does have here for that one. And honestly, the engage
with that Realm Warp, an AL should be able to keep T1 at bay. I don't even think T1 can test here.
Yeah, for sure. With how much pressure Flandre has in the 1v1, the Rek'Sai has a Sion under tower already, and you see Flandre proxying even, so T1 looks very good for them, or excuse me, AL looks very good for them to grab the grubs. Will T1 even try and answer anything on the other side of the map?
What I commented earlier, 3 Void Grubs with a side laner that's already winning this hard. This is AL. There's not a kill on the board, and Flandre's forcing down the first turret 14 minutes into the game. Now T1 starting up the second Drake. They want to try to keep stacking here. Keria disengaging as AL's on the approach. T1 grouped up as 4. The Drake is down to 2,000 HP. Faker joins up with everybody. It's a 5v5. They go in immediately as Doran tries to lead the charge with the flash estimating smash, but he's only going to be beat down himself. A lot of damage on the Doran, but he is not down. Keria into the back line. The major engage from T1. Tarzan finds a supreme display of talent and making a 1-for-1 so far. But T1 have the health bars. Faker rides the Weaver's wall as Keria's about to die into the back line. But Kyle falls. Tarzan falls. T1, they'll lose Keria as Gumayusi fights back, and Shanks is on the run. Faker and Guma looking for a little bit more with a piercing arrow going over the wall, and Faker's ready to flash. Another rock is thrown, and Shanks is buried.
They're gonna grab this one. No Guma around to steal it.
Yeah, it looks like instead T1 going to try and push in mid and collapse onto the spot.
Put a stop to the T1 team fight. And look at this, the river control for T1 is pretty early.
Yeah, for AL, it has to be a way of finding a bypass to Doran. But Flandre going in.
Yeah, Flandre goes in for the flash. He wants to try to find Faker here. Needs a little bit more damage. Ulti to drop the aggro, and Shanks gets the kill. TP coming in from T1, but it might be...
We've got Otacon here. T1 pushing on top side, trying to set up around it very early on. Again, the flashes will be critical here.
Oh, Hope goes forward, but immediately Keria's ready to try to respond here with the grand entrance. Hope tries to get over the wall. He sidesteps the seismic shot, but the damage from Owner is way too much. A big mistake from AL, and a bigger punish from T1. Tarzan goes in! Supreme display of talent under 3, but there is no follow-up. Tarzan has to try to flash away. Owner goes after him, but now he's trapped. Shanks with a little bit more damage, kills off the T1 jungler. The Realm Warp's ready to go in, and Shanks wants another. The arrows fly out as Doran charges in. Shanks with a flash to the side to avoid the engage coming out from T1's top laner. Doran's gonna try to run. Another arrow flies out from Gumayusi as now Keria's got to be careful as he battle dances in and out of the fight. Hold on, we've got a respawn from Kyle. He teleports back, and now it looks like AL is gonna take the opportunity to go after the Otacon.
AL have to try and rush this. They know that they've only got a couple of seconds until Owner's back up, and he has that ultimate available. The interrupt is huge because that will stop T1 responding with the dragon.
Exactly. Big interrupt there on Gumayusi, and AL, despite this is sole point if T1 secure it. AL know that this puts them in a very bad spot. Dragon down to 1,000, already going to be secured by Owner. AL continue over the bot side river. Owner and Gumayusi wanting to step up a little bit here. TP coming in from Doran. He's going to be the one to try to face check. Keria takes some damage from Shanks. Has to use the grand entrance to get himself back away. AL with control over the river, still 4 now. Flandre looking around in the blue buff area, but he won't find anything. Kyle down to half HP already from the T1 poke. That's only going to get scarier if T1 secure this objective. Kyle using the Unbreakable, blocks the piercing arrow. Poke trading back and forth still between both sides. Keep your eyes on the engage, keep your eyes on Keria. Flandre digging into the pit, putting that tunnel down, making sure he has some extra mobility for the upcoming fight as T1 want to step forward. Doran then going to crush the tunnel. Kyle, half HP still, going to use Redemption early here for AL just to make sure the health bars stay topped off. Flandre marked on the side, seismic shove onto the AL top laner. Chain CC on the Flandre, he's already down. T1 have found the pick. Supreme display of talent, tries to hold the line, but into the back line goes Owner. Hope is being chased, Tarzan's being killed. Anyone's legend is being crushed as Shanks tries to fight back in a 1v4, but he'll get nothing but an epitaph as T1 kill 4 and take Soul.
T1 go fishing and they find Flandre. They pick him off and they decimate AL in the team fight.
Hope is trying desperately to hold on,
Faker.
but T1 are chasing.
Faker's riding the wall in. Hope's gonna be the last to die A delayed ace for T1, and the delay makes it even better because now, even when AL respawns, they are not going to have everyone all at once. They will not be full strength. T1 won't just take the soul. They're going to take the whole enemy team. They're going to take the top lane turret. They're going to take Baron, and they're going to take a hell of a hold on this game.
And all of it is because Kerry was doing such a good job of matching Tarzan. The Tarzan tried to move, and they sent Flandre into his death as T1 find the pick they need, and the immediate follow-up with Kerry in the bush.
AL trying to set some kind of a trap. They know a fair fight doesn't favor them any longer. Kael gonna be trapped on the wrong side of the Weaver's wall. Seismic shove connects onto Shanks, who immediately goes golden. But it's gonna be a 2-for-1 deal. Supreme display of talent at least takes Kerry out in the process. But T1 have still won the fight. They're gonna keep pushing forward. They've got the Baron, they've got the Soul, they've got the enemy tier 1 turret down. They've got Owner diving into the back line. But the escape is there for the rest of AL. Flandre trying to distract, get something else back over in the mid lane here at the same time, try to get an objective bounty because AL know they are not fighting back in the bottom lane. T1 take the tier 2.
Gumayushi's chains of corruptions, locking down Shanks, making sure that neither him or Kael could get out of there. T1, they are in the heads of anyone's legend. Is dark. And T1 continue to push in this top side. AL are attempting to get here, but this tower is gone.
Nothing left of the tier 2 top. Another one falls, and T1's gold lead climbs back over 6,000 as the Baron, still 20 seconds left on this one. Another wave about to come towards the tier 3. And it looks like this is going to be the last wave that T1 get to push with. We'll see if they want to try to make the full break of the base. Here's your Weaver's Wall. T1 going to summon the Redemption immediately just to make sure they can power through this. Realm Warp from Shanks just to make sure he's not caught on the wrong side of the Talia ulti. And that's T1 using every...
And then join at the next cause.
There is some vision in behind T1 though. And maybe that's what AL are looking for. You can see they're pinging that ward that's just over.
AL starting up the Elder Dragon now. T1 watching on, waiting for the rest of the team to approach. Elder Dragon down to about 1/2 HP. Hope taking a chunk of damage. Dora charging in. Weaver's Wall over the top. Kael's going to be caught. A ton of burst onto the support of anyone's legend. And he's already down. T1 charge forward. Double killing Gumayushi. Pressure onto Tarzan. Triple kill Guma. AL are cut to pieces. And T1 holds the sword. Flandre's last to die, and ace for T1 will be the end of game 1.
Great force there from T1. They use their wallets and they destroy AL at the Dragon one more time.
Doran putting the last touches here on the Nexus turrets. The Elder Dragon is claimed, but there's no one left to execute. The game was quiet. The game was close for so very long. But when it came down to the clutch, it's T1 who prove why they are the reigning back-to-back world champions. They out-team fight AL, and they'll take the first game in this best of 5.